in the red corner. Standing 6 foot 1 inch tall, weighed in at 175 pounds. His professional record is 18 wins, 10 losses, 1 draw. He is the current reigning Brazilian champion. From Sao Paulo, Brazil, here is Clarismundo Silva. And his opponent in the blue corner, standing 5 foot 11 inches tall, weighed in at 175 pounds. As a professional, he has 35 wins, 8 losses, 2 draws, with 21 wins by knockout. He is currently ranked #1 in the world by the WBC, and he is a former 2-time light heavyweight champion from the Motor City of Detroit. I give you Dennis Andries.
Tell you what, those are some big time credentials.
They certainly are. And when you're 35-8-2 and you've been in the ring with the likes of Thomas Hearns and the rest of the gangs through the heavyweight, light heavyweight division across the world, I mean, Dennis Andries got great credentials. He's a very compact, tight fighter. He's very well schooled, good in the techniques, good in specifics. Clarismundo Silva, a little bit less schooled in the fundamentals, but very powerful. He will not back up. He's been KO'd early 3 times in his career, and in his big fights against Juan Roldan and Jose Flores, he was bombed early and knocked out. Now, if he's over that kind of slow start thing, we might see this one go into the 8th, 9th round with some big power punches being thrown.
Bobby Watson has the fight. He's our referee. Andries and Silva. Andries in the gold trunks of the Kronk Gymnasium.
Silva, very aggressive start now.
These guys didn't miss a day of training. They could take a look.
They're talking hard.
Silva forcing the fight a little.
Right, the one thing you see early, George, about Silva is the footwork is really not there. He's a little stiff. He's not real agile or mobile. Doesn't look like the athletic moves, but he's certainly powerful in the upper body. That's a good right hand behind the left glove there by Silva.
Back.
Boy, they are leaning on each other. That'll tire you out.
Break.
This is scheduled for 12 rounds for the WBC Continental Americas light heavyweight title. Dennis Andries wants that WBA World Light Heavyweight title back that he lost last May in a 12th round KO to James Harding. Stung him with a left jab. Silva comes back swinging. Trying to get through the gloves.
Here's the footwork problem by Silva. He slipped the left jab, but his feet were out of control, and he had to really catch his balance to get back in a hitting position. That's a lot of the thing where training comes in, where you get into a good gym and you're working a lot. That kind of stuff, you learn that stuff. And, he might not have the same kind of competition in the gym as Dennis Andries does. And, that balance and that footwork comes a little bit more naturally when you're fighting in the gym against some stiff competition.
Opening round. Could go 12. A lot of off-balance fighting, I think, caused, as Jim Brandstetter said, by Silva's footwork difficulties.
You're listening to Emmanuel Stewart in Andries' corner.
You're trying to load up too much with everything. You just work your jab, but don't take
Work
a big
your jab
step
to the
with your
head.
jab. Let the ball, let this come down first before that come down. You're walking on your damn heels instead of allowing the ball on your face.
Work the jab to the head.
Just pick up your pace too much. You're waiting too much.
Oh, there's an indication right there about some footwork problems for Dennis Andries.
Not just in the Silva corner. Up on the balls of your feet. Let me see some shorter slashing type punches at Emmanuel Stewart, the two-time light heavyweight champion Dennis Andries. Andries is connected and does again with a good right. He covers up for Silva.
You see the difference when you get into the heavier weight classes and the guys that are more muscle to the upper body, George, that the quickness of the hands just isn't there. They're a little bit stiffer than the lighter weights. But there's a heck of a lot more power behind the shots.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, fighters like Ali and Holmes were so incredible that they were big men, and yet they had that fluidity in their upper body, the ability to use their athletic skills and really fight like middleweights, and yet have the body of the heavyweight.
There may never be another Muhammad Ali. Andries scoring. Silva is not.
Andries really has dictated the pace here in the second round and been the aggressor. And I think that has got Silva more in a defensive stance. His thinking is more defensive. What is Andries going to do to me rather than what can I do to Andries at this point? His knees buckled just a tad.
We're in round two. It's scheduled for 12. Andries, the aggressor, scores with a right. That'll get your attention. Here we go, round three. The WBC Continental America's light heavyweight title. Two-time champ Dennis Andries shoved by Silva. Bobby Watson lets him go again, and here's a right that connects. Andries now trying to come off that, do some more damage.
About midway through the second round, the right hand started to get through, and Andries has really done a great job of setting it up with the left jab and then following right behind it with the heavy right hand.
You can see some puffiness above the left eye of Silva as evidence that the Andries right has been scoring. Silva flat-footed on the attack.
And you know the other thing, when he throws shots, he doesn't get his whole body into it. He's on his toes. When you throw a shot, just like a big right hand again by Andries, when Silva throws a shot, it's like a baseball player, George. You got to get your hips and your legs through in order to knock the ball out of the ballpark. Same thing in boxing. You got to use your legs to generate power through the top half of your body to create power on your punches. Silva is really just throwing his punches from the waist up. They're not nearly as big as they could be.
Based on his body, they're not all bad, but you're right, they could be a lot bigger. We're in round 3. Dennis Andries and Clarismundo Silva. Silva, the Brazilian light heavyweight champ. He's connected, to be sure, but as Jim Brandstetter said, they're not full both punches from anywhere near the heels.
Again, we get into the footwork aspect of it, and I don't think he's got the great footwork to generate the great power. Well, he's got power on his upper body, but to put somebody away in one shot, you got to get your legs and your hips turned and move your shoulders. It's all got to be in concert to make it happen.
Closing seconds now, round 3. Andries in Kronk gold. Looking to become a 3-time light heavyweight. Fans looking on here at the Palace, 9,871. Says promoter Bill Kazurski in here. Andries and Silva. Dennis Andries has been the aggressor, and there's a big time right. Silva is on his backside and now up. Bobby Watson will get it up to 8 and take a look in his eyes, and here we go again.
Andries doubled up the left jab. He doubled up on the left jab, came right behind it with the right hand. Silva never saw it coming, and he tagged him right on the point of the chin.
Here in round 4. Let's see if Silva can survive.
Well, there's the big right lead right over the left. And Dennis Andries is taking what Emmanuel Stewart said in the corner to heart. He wants him to work the left more. He did, and it's paid off because the right hand has gotten in behind the left and scored big for him in round 4.
Silva fighting back to keep Andries off him. Halfway through round 4. Two chiseled in stone light heavyweights here. Andries lets him have it. Up high with a right.
Same pattern. He doubled up the left jab, bang, bang, and then came right behind it with the overhand right and tagged him again.
He punished him in the clinch.
Well, you get an idea. Andries just a little too anxious. He's overshooting that right hand.
.30 seconds now left in the round. We'll have some highlights for you from this one when it's over.
The key to it was the left hand. Watch Andries work the left jab. He'll go bang, bang with it twice. Right behind the second one will come the big right. Here it comes. Left jab, right. and the second left hand is right in front of his eyes. He never sees it coming. There's the second one, and the right one is right on the chin. He's looking at the left, and the right one comes right behind it, and that is what has hurt Clarismundo Silva here in round 4, as Andries set it up and tagged him with the overhand right. Later in the round, did the same thing, but didn't get Silva down with it. But that is the pattern in this fight. Andries worked the left jab and looked for the right hand behind it sooner or later.
That was a superb setup. Great analysis, Jim. We're in round 5, and Dennis will try and do it again.
Well, the other beauty about it, if you get the other boxer thinking about the left jab and the right behind it, sometimes they'll forget to defend the left jab, and you can start making that an offensive weapon.
Dennis Andries scores again with a roundhouse right.
Well, he countered that time. This time, he got him looking at the left hook and then came behind it with the right. Instead of the jab, it was the left hook lead, the right hand behind it.
We're in round 5. It's scheduled for 12.
Break.
Tell you what, Andries is getting just a little bit in too close. He's almost negating the power of the right hand by coming in behind the left too quickly, and he's overshooting the right hand. If he stays back and then throws the right, I mean, he's going to do some damage.
Fight. Back.
Bobby Watson tell him to fight. They're clinching here near the ropes. Andries again with combinations. And off the break, he scored with a right.
Dennis wants to end it here.
He's measuring Silva in round 5. Everything's rocking him now.
Smart move by Andries, too. Going to the body. You've already proved you can hit him in the head. Boy, you start working the body. Oh, 2 rights in a row. Silva's got a chin. I mean, he's taking some punishment.
Took a pretty good left hook after the 2 rights. 30 seconds left in round 5. Silva's been staggered here in round 5, but he hasn't gone down. That's the end of the 5th round.
Let your shots go. You go down there and start clinching too much. Just let the shots go. You're so much stronger than this man.
Well, there's no question that Andries is strong. Manuel knows it.
Hey, tell you what, when you're so much stronger than Clarismundo Silva, you're strong.
Hey, I mean, that's saying something right there, because Silva is in great shape. And I think he's had to be in great shape to withstand the kind of punishment that he has taken by Dennis Andries.
We're in the opening moments of round 6.
That Andries jab is starting to get in there, too. Early going wasn't. Now it's starting to make contact.
Well, he'll score up, down, any way he can get it right now. And he can have almost what he wants from Silva. Silva connected with a jab. Got a cheer from his corner. It's been a while.
Silva's starting to duck down. Look for Andries to feign that left jab and come up underneath with the uppercut. As he'll be leaning right down into it. And again, you see him step through the right and he overthrows it. Dennis is trying to get everything on it. He's maybe a little too anxious because he's throwing that right hand and he's stepping right beyond the target.
Bobby Watson will break him up, and they'll go to the center of the ring.
Step through it again, overthrew the right hand. Better round for Silva, though.
Yes. He looks more clear-headed. He was knocked down in round 4, staggered in round 5. We're in the closing seconds now of round 6.
Fight.
If Dennis has got the uppercut, you got to think about throwing a few of them because Silva, when he gets in tight, is lowering that head. There it is. He lowers the head, but Dennis goes over the top with the left hook. The uppercut is there.
Round 7 underway now at the Palace. Dennis Andries has taken charge of this fight. Silva's been down once in round 4. They took the mandatory 8 count.
Silva, I think, has lost a little bit of power off his punches, too. He's the damage that he suffered in round 4 and 5, I think, has taken a little bit out of the power of his shots, and Andries is really walking through pretty much everything Silva throws.
Round 6 may be a round of some missed opportunities for Andries. Silva unquestionably had a clearer head than he did in the 2 previous rounds. Andries measuring him now near the ropes.
Well, Andries in close, got him with a left hook on the button that hurt him.
Those were short shots, but you're right, they hurt.
Silva now continuing to hold on. He's still not all there.
Swinging in self-defense. Silva trying to keep Andries off him, but that left really bothered him. The uppercut got him too, and here's a big-time right. Silva nearly out on his feet. Andries has him against the ropes.
It's over.
And Bobby Watson says, enough. Dennis Andries has stopped Clarismundo Silva here in round 7.
And I mean to tell you, it was the short little shots in that clinch, George, that started it all. You and I both saw Silva kind of buckle just a hair. And then he came back through 3 shots, but he was still hurt. And then Andries landed one more big one, and that started him on the way. But it was the short little left hooks that came off the clinch that hurt Silva badly. He backed into the ropes. Andries didn't realize he was hurt. He came back. Now watching this clinch. There's a left hand, there's a big right there. Watch the left, right there. Now Silva is hurt. He's against the ropes and ties him up. That was the beginning of the end for Clarismundo Silva. And the end came as Andries again works the right, and then he works an uppercut in here because Silva had been ducking his head. There's the little right, in close, there's the little left. That started it. They back into the ropes. Bobby Watson will separate him, get him back out in the middle of the ring. Andries now knows he's got him hurt. Silva tries to throw a couple shots, but the left-right combination hurts him. At this point, Andries thinks he's going down, but Silva's able to hang in and stand up. Manuel Stewart is all over Dennis saying, get back on him, it's not over yet. And then Andries just finishes. Bobby Watson wisely at that point steps in and stops it because Silva was headed to be hurt.
That is a good finisher. Dennis Andries.
Yeah, and with performances like that, who's to say that a third crack at a world title isn't a distinct possibility for Dennis? In the pipeline for him is a possible rematch against Jeff Harding for the world light heavyweight title.